Trống Đồng live stream number 58. My name is Tu Garner, and I'm your host for today's program. Before we go straight to our focus today, which will feature our guest speaker, Ms. Raquel Liceaga, I would like to make a couple announcements for these upcoming classes this weekend. And yes, let me share screen here so to show you the classes this weekend. So first of all, we will have class 1, first time in French, conducted in French. It will be on Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Paris time or 8 p.m. Vietnam time. Again, this coming Saturday and Sunday, November 20th and November 21st. Okay, so the instructor will be Miss Luz Mendel. She did conduct the class in Spanish a few weeks back, and now she is gonna teach you in French for another class 1. And we hope that you see our energy commitment to the international energy community. We listen to you and we try to cover in as many languages as we can. And again, on the same weekend, we will have class 1 as well, conducted in English. And it will be conducted by Dr. James Ong as usual. And the timing is the same, 8 p.m. Vietnam time, Saturday and Sunday this coming weekend, November 20th and 21st. Or if you live in California, it will be 5 a.m. quite early. All right, I hope you take note and we look forward to seeing you this weekend at the class. And last but not least, we will have a very special live stream. Is the Thanksgiving, as America is getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving next week. And we will have the special live stream and we will feature Mr. Lei. He will have a live talk with us, with our guest speakers as well. And Thanksgiving is a time for us to show gratitude and love, and energy is all about love and of course gratitude. So keep in mind, it will be on November 20th at 5:30 p.m. California time, or November 21st, 8:30 a.m. Vietnam time. So it will be a little earlier in the US, as you can see. All right, I hope you take note, and yes, we'll keep reminding you until the date comes, but we are very excited about this program. All right, so now here, let me go to my focus for today's program. And we are delighted to have our guest speaker, Ms. Raquel Liceaga. She's from California, and she just finished class 3, but she has a lot to tell us. She has quite a journey. She has a very touching personal story with health issues and how she finds energy. A lot of great stories and very inspiring for you. Now she's a legal assistant for the law office of London and Leigh, and she deals with a lot of patients. I mean, people that are in pain and need the, not just legal assistance, but I'm sure they deal with, they work with a lot of doctor offices as well. All right, I will leave the details to Miss Raquel Liceaga here, and let me put her on spotlight here. Hello. Hi, Raquel. Good evening to you. Could you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, thank you so much for having me, too. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much, Raquel. It is a great pleasure to have you here as well. We finally can meet here on live stream, and after our several conversations earlier, and I'm excited to have you here on live stream so you can share your true inspiring stories to our audience today. Well, first of all, Raquel, could you please share with us, tell us a little bit about yourself, your job, and where you live?
Yes, my name is Raquel Liceaga. I live in the city of Cerritos, California. For those who may not know where Cerritos is, it's located in Southern California. It's a suburb about 45 minutes outside of Los Angeles and about 20 minutes away from Long Beach, California. So I'm pretty much in the center of Southern California to give more of a geographical perspective. And I work as a legal assistant at the law offices of London and Lay. I work in the Santa Ana office, and my specialization is in workers' compensation. I'm a legal assistant for workers' compensation patients. Workers' compensation is people who suffered accidents at work and they injured themselves in one way or another. So I'm usually dealing, or not necessarily dealing with, but talking to clients, making sure that their medical appointments are arranged, taken care of, they're getting their medical treatment. I'm making sure that any legal documents on their cases and the cases are filed as well. Anything legally, medically is taken care of, along with communicating with many doctors' offices, attorneys' offices, and with the clients themselves. So, and informal social work does occur as well when speaking with many of my clients in the workers' compensation field. There's many times where I need to just try and give them that extra support that they need while going through a complicated and painful time.
Yeah, sounds like you are providing a lot of great customer service there, because I'm sure when they have trouble like that, injure themselves at work or things like that, and there's a lot to deal with. And you're such a kind person, and I'm sure your customers are in good hands. And now that you have the NLG, that's another helping tool for your clients, and now turn out to be your patients as well. But we'll get to know more about that. She'll share with us soon. So first of all, Raquel, could you please tell us how did you know about NLG?
Okay, I found out about NLG through my office manager, Miss Tina Nguyen. She attended her class, and after the first class, she came into the office for the workday very excited, very energetic, very happy. And many of the staff in the office asked her what happened, where she's so energetic, so happy. Was there any good news for her to share with us? And she said, actually, I do have good news to share. She held an impromptu office meeting for those that wanted to find out. And so she explained NLG to us and what she had learned and the benefits of it. And she said for those who were interested in learning more, just to speak with her after the meeting. And so I was one of those that was interested. And so she provided me with the information as she obtained it, how to sign up for the level 1 class. I took the level 1 class in English in mid-October. I would say I enjoyed the level 1 class. When I was activated, I did see Mr. James Ong, his birthmark on his forehead turned into a heart. So NLG did turn into a loving experience initially for me. And then so after level 1, I was excited to practice on myself. But what really convinced me of the potential, the powers of NLG was, I would say about 2-3 days after my first class, I received healing energy from Mr. Lay via YouTube. And within the first healing session via YouTube, I felt in my low back some positive results. But before we move further onto that part, let me go ahead and backtrack and explain a little bit of background story with my medical condition. I suffer from fibromyalgia, it's classified as an anti-inflammatory condition, although they may say it could have it could be a neurological condition too. That's still in debate, but they consider it an autoimmune inflammatory disease where a sufferer of fibromyalgia is constantly in pain. There's not a day, not an hour, a minute that goes by that the sufferer is not suffering some sort of pain. And the best way I can describe the pain is somebody is taking your muscles, they are twisting it torquing it around your bones. That's the best way I can describe pain during a fibromyalgia flare-up. In a flare-up, usually the pain and any symptoms are worse. Additional symptoms that many sufferers from fibromyalgia have include brain fog, which is best described as you're trying to think and function as a person, but it's very slow for you to move to try and think of things like maybe making a simple grocery list takes you longer than it would take most people just because of the brain fog. Sometimes you lose your memory while or you lose focus trying to work on a simple task, and it may take time for you to figure out what you were doing and at what point. There's other conditions as well, as some people, fibromyalgia, suffer from dropping things inadvertently from their hands. They're holding something, they may not tell their hand from the brain to the hand to drop it. They may say hold on to it, but sometimes it just drops unexpectedly. Things drop onto the floor from their hands. There's many other symptoms as well that many other people suffer from who have fibromyalgia. Also, for somebody who suffers from fibromyalgia, it's very hard to get doctors to get a diagnosis just because of the doctors wanting to figure out why are they having these pains, these symptoms. They usually think it's something else before fibromyalgia unless the doctor has experience with the diagnosis. So for a fibromyalgia sufferer to actually get a diagnosis is an achievement in itself to actually get treatment. There's many people who will go years, 10, 15, 20, 30 years without knowing what exactly is wrong with them, but they know something is wrong.
Wow.
And so I was fortunate to get a diagnosis.
Yes. So yeah, excuse me for interrupting you, but from the symptoms that you just described, it sounds a lot like MS. Is that, it sounds a lot like it because my husband's stepdad also has MS as well, and he has all kinds of pain and he dropped things, and it's a neurological problem. But I'm just curious. Is there a relation to MS, or is it completely different?
That's what's being debated. It's a possibility that might be in the same family, whether it's more neurological, or if it's autoimmune as well, because it can. Okay. That's what the issue is. Is it more neurological, or is it more autoimmune? Because it's also kind of the body's immune system is attacking the nervous system in a sense as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Wow. It sounds like you had a lot to deal with. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yes. But yeah, please go ahead. And how has it been going with your practice, and how have you felt lately?
Okay. For me, my fibromyalgia is concentrated in my lower back. For other people, it may be other parts of our, for example, their feet, the bottoms of their feet, or somewhere else along the spine. For me, it's in my low back. So now going back to my activation with, or not my activation, my healing with Mr. Lay. What occurred is after the first healing healing session.
Transmission. Yeah.
Transmission. Thank you. Healing transmission. Yes. I felt in my low back some very cracking in what I described a good way.
Also part of when you're receiving it.
Yes, within the first transmission, it was I already felt the effects. It was helping, I felt like it was putting my spine not only into place, but it was relieving a lot of inflammation as well. I felt a lot of pressure being relieved in my low back, and also in my nerves, my sciatic nerve as well, in my low back, in my left side low back. I call it a good crack because before NLG, I had a hard time walking, moving. I walked as if I was very stiff in the low back. There are days where I felt like if I moved suddenly, my back would try and go in two different directions, and I felt like I would want to fall. Luckily, I never fell, but that I have that
It's just the
problem.
fears there, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
bending down to pick up something, and there were times I was worried I might I might not be able to bend back up. That's the feeling I had. And I could tell it's a fibromyalgia because of I would feel it start in my back, go down through my legs, as well as that same twisting, torquing pain in my flare-ups. My flare-ups were at a level 9-8 in pain. And I would just bear and grin it while working and so forth. But after receiving healing transmission and my NLG practice, I started feeling what I called good cracking, where it felt like things were moving into place, inflammation was being relieved, my pain level was going down. And so I kept going with daily healing transmission with Mr. Lay, along with practicing NLG level 1. Now I took level 2 pretty quickly. Within about a week or two of my level 1, I was in the level 2 class in English at the end of October. And I felt even more benefits with my self-practice. My flare-ups, I even noticed in the short week or two that I was practicing, my flare-up levels were going from the 8-9 pain level I was feeling down to a 5-6, much more manageable pain. And after level 2, I felt confident enough to help some of my fellow clients that I deal with, or not deal with, but help every day, to see if maybe it can help their pain levels. And so there's been a few clients where I've done the direct healing, and it actually made their pain more manageable. Instead of the 8 that they're out of 10 that they're complaining of, it's more of a 6. Or some of our clients do have issues with insomnia, with sometimes some issues with balance after their accidents. And so I also did some direct healing to see if I could at least help them with their insomnia. And then also I was able to help some that had balance issues at least sleep and have less balance issues or episodes within my level 2 practice. And I've noticed that with level 3, I've been able to make more of an impact on the issues with the balance and some of the insomnia as well, along with the physical pain. Because with NLG, it takes a high level, I would imagine, to try and see if it can repair a tear in somebody's ligament. But even if you can make the pain more manageable for somebody, it can make a difference in what they can do. Maybe it's a couple of extra things that they can do without having to think so much about the high level of pain that they have. And for myself, once I took the level 3 at the beginning of November, the class 3, and having Mr. Lay activate me, along with his self-healing transmission, I felt my brain fog is starting to reduce, where I'm not getting lost so often on my daily tasks, or getting distracted trying to figure out what I was doing before being distracted for one reason or another. Sometimes you're working on something, you get a phone call, or you're asked to work on something else, and you're trying to figure out where you were originally before your distractions came in. That was a huge problem for me, and that's starting to work itself, where I'm not spending so much time trying to remember where was I at. I'm also able to be more alert as well. Another symptom of fibromyalgia is constant fatigue. And so I'm always tired, but I just deal with it. Copious amounts of caffeine usually help as well, but I've noticed I've been able to reduce the caffeine intake. I'm more alert. I'm not so sleepy. I'm sleeping more consistently through the night. Due to the pain, I can sometimes be, I can wake up 2-3 times a night. Since I've been practicing NLG, I've been only waking up once every evening. And that makes a lot of difference when you have less interrupted sleep, because interrupted sleep is just as bad as not being able to sleep as well. So I'm just so happy regarding the results that I've received from the healing transmissions from my NLG practice as well, even though it's been short. And I know that continue my practice, I know I can help manage my condition as well without trying to. Next goal is to see if I can reduce some of the medications I'm taking for the fibromyalgia. Yes. The next goal, plus trying to spread the benefits of NLG, whether through direct healing or telling more people about the benefits of it and what it's brought to me, what I've been able to spread as well to others. I've been trying to also speak to other members of the Hispanic community as well, Spanish-speaking community. There are some challenges, though, regarding trying to...
right, yes, you share with me. I know for one or, for this reason or another, be it religious or cultural, right? It can be hard. That is
correct.
But you know what? I believe that when we speak out of love, and it's just a pure heart, just speak it with a pure heart. And I believe that we will make a difference, don't you think? Because an NLG is also an evidence-based practice. We have hundreds, it will have thousands of testimonials, but we have featured hundreds of them, but we have in the thousands of people that coming in and sharing their stories on our Facebook and YouTube and letters, and we are overwhelmed with the stories, great stories. So I hope that maybe after our live stream, you can share with your friends this video, or I have a few more great videos as well that maybe you can share with them and see, maybe they find themselves in the similar situations and they might want to try. Yes, it can be hard, but you know what? I am so happy that you complete class 3 in such a short time. I mean, you reached level 3 since October, right?
Actually, beginning of November. I believe it was the first weekend in November.
Yeah, I mean, when you
maybe second or
practicing energy, it was October.
Mid-October.
Right.
Yes,
and
class
now
1 mid-October.
I know a few weeks, and you jump up to class 3 level. Congratulations, by the way. You know why? Because you're welcome. I first knew about energy in August 2020, and it took me more than a year to be able to attend class 3, because class 3 online was it never happened before, because Mr. Lay would want all the students to be in the classroom setting, and it had to be an offline setting. He never ever thought about conducting an online class 3. But you know what? With this COVID thing going on, and we are lucky to be able to attend class 3. I found myself very blessed too. So congratulations to you. I'm very happy to hear that. And oh, by the way, how many staff are there in your office that Tina manages?
I believe it's 20.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because I spoke to Tina and she said, yeah, I'm so happy. I'm going to get my staff to sign up. And I said, okay, you are the boss. Then we have to listen to you. And she laughed and she said, no, they wanted to. But I'm so happy that she could share. And yeah, tell me the story too, Raquel. Tina told me one time you and her and a few other staff as well, and you guys were too busy transmitting NLG to the patients. I mean, the clients slash patients. And you were so happy doing that. You said, oh, we would prefer to do this than to do our work. Is it right?
Yes, because being a legal assistant for workers' compensation firm that represents injured workers is very stressful. Especially as an empath, you're not only hearing about their complaints, their issues. As an empath, I'm also understanding. Sometimes I can feel it as well. And with my transmission, sometimes I do feel some residual pain that they may be feeling, or maybe a little bit of the dizziness they may be feeling, but it only lasts for maybe a few minutes, and then I'm fine again. So maybe it's just the fact I'm an empath. Maybe I just feel and love people. I love my clients. Even in their hardest times, I try and be support and show, maybe the love and encouragement that they need. So I found it more rewarding transmitting the energy at times than actually trying to make all these calls, processes to help the clients with their cases and their medical treatment. Because there's times where we see clients at their absolute worst. Sometimes for them it could be a rock bottom. They're in so much pain, they may not be able to work, and maybe they're not getting the treatment that they need in the timely manner that they need. And so
Yes.
it can be difficult when a client is in tears on the phone because of the pain, and they can't get the treatment to alleviate the pain fast enough through the workers' comp system, because it is a slow process.
Right. All right. So, we have a few minutes until Mr. Lay's energy transmission. So let me pause here for a few minutes and let me switch to the Vietnamese live stream now. Okay. Looks like Mr. Lay is coming on live very soon here. Excuse me, I'm trying to get.
Và ngay sau đây thì chúng ta chuẩn bị sẽ đến với chú Phúc cũng đã có mặt trong chương trình rồi. Chú sẽ cùng chia sẻ và cùng lan tỏa cái nguồn năng lượng an lành này đến tất cả các quý vị. Con xin phép mời chú ạ.
Chào tất cả anh chị em đến với livestream tuần này. Chào gia đình của
Here's Mr. Lay.
Chị Thắm không? Thắm không? Chào gia đình. Vâng. Rồi bây giờ chúng ta cũng còn khoảng 2 phút nữa. Thì còn 2 phút nữa cũng ngắn quá, không có đủ hỏi câu hỏi nhiều, cũng không có đủ trả lời cái gì nữa. Thì rất là vui khi anh chị gia đình chị đến với chương trình livestream trong ngày hôm nay, chia sẻ những cái điều rất là có ý nghĩa cho những anh chị em khác có thể hiểu rõ hơn về giá trị của năng lượng gốc, và đồng thời chúng ta cũng có một cái nhìn thật sự về cái sự tiến triển của môn học cũng như anh chị em thực hiện thực hành đạt được hiệu quả. Thì cái hiệu quả này nhờ cái mình mở tấm lòng ra, mình đón nhận, và mình nhất là khi mà chúng ta đến với con người mình đó, cái con người với con người mình ra là đón nhận những cái nguồn năng lượng này rất hạnh phúc. Thì
Mr. Lay is talking about human to human relation and how we can connect easily, energetically.
Tôi mời tất cả anh chị em đón nhận phần năng lượng chữa lành. Rồi bây giờ tiếp tục như thường lệ mình
All right. Thank you, Mr. Lei. And thank you so much, Mr. Lei. And I hope our audience had a chance to receive the wonderful healing energy that Mr. Lei just transmitted. Okay, Raquel, back to you. And it has been a great pleasure having you on live stream. And before we say goodbye, do you have any message to the NLG community, the viewers that are watching?
I would like to say that it's always it's a gift to receive the healing transmission from Mr. Lei, and I just want to let you know that I was receiving the energy along with every other viewer as well, and I felt it not only through my forehead but also through my sinuses as well, because that's another issue I was having. Was every change of season I get really bad sinus issues where it's congested or dry, or it makes me feel sick. And right now I'm still feeling the healing energy in my sinuses right now as we speak. And so I just think it's a gift with the healing transmission, and it's amazing. You never know what you may feel in what part of the body when you receive a healing transmission. Yes. Absolutely. And so I also want to say that NLG has made a difference in my life in such a short amount of time. I've noticed within three maybe 4 weeks improvements in how I'm able to tolerate pain due to my fibromyalgia. Also how I have more improvements cognitively, and also with I'm sleeping better as well. I would just tell people, if you've been curious about NLG, to it does not hurt to at least try, whether it's an indirect or a direct healing transmission, or even sign up for a class. It's worth at least trying. Because usually you may receive some benefit from it.
That's absolutely, yes. And especially what's special about the energy method is that all the classes are conducted free online. You can learn from the comfort of your home. And for class 1, there are 2 sessions for 2 days, and it's only an hour and a half per session. And a lot of people have experienced great results, like Raquel, and a lot more people have reported great results. And the first thing the common first benefits that most people reported were improvements with the sleep. And I when you can sleep, it's a sure way to start your day the next day. You fully energized and you are happier. It is science, right? And yes, there are a lot more to NLG. And just like Miss Tina Nguyen, the office manager of Raquel's office, and she also suffered from some health issues of herself, but since she started learning NLG, she became so happy, and because she felt hope, and she knew that there is hope there for her and for other people out there. And sometimes you just feel just helpless. You don't know where to go to, when you take any kind of medicine, all kinds of diagnosis, and you don't know what to do with yourself. And here you give it a try, and people tried it and have experienced great benefits. And Raquel, thank you so much again for joining us today. And I'm so happy that you have found NLG, or NLG has found you, right? Because you're such an empath, a very kind person, and it's meant to be. It's meant to be. And I look forward to hearing more great stories from you. And I'm sure you will have a lot of stories you'll share with the audience in the near future.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be on the live stream, Miss Tu. And likewise, it's been a pleasure. And I would love to be on again at some point in the future once I've developed my practice further with some updates on what has happened since the last time this time that we spoke in the future.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And we do have an online support team of energy support healers. Would you like to join us?
Absolutely.
All right. And I'll contact you after the live stream then. And we always need people like you, all volunteers. We do all kinds of different work, but we all work for the community and for a better world. Okay. Well, thank you, Raquel. And now have a great evening.
Thank you. Likewise as well, too. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. You too. All right. So to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoy the story of our guest speaker, Miss Raquel. And she, again, I'm sure among you, you might know someone who has been going through the conditions that Raquel has had. But you know what? There's always hope. And she, what she has shared with us is just amazing, such amazing story, very inspiring. I hope you were inspired. And stay with us. We have classes coming up this weekend. I hope you take some time to sign up. And we look forward to seeing you there. And again, let me share screen one more time for you to look at our, hold on here. Yes, to look at our classes this weekend. So again, for the first time, we have classes in French, okay? This coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it will be 2 p.m. Paris time, December 20th and December 21st, or 8 p.m. Vietnam time. And we have class 1 as well in English. Same time, same date, November 20th, November 21st at 5 a.m. California time or 8 p.m. Vietnam time. And then again, last but not least, we are going to have a special live stream on November 20th about Thanksgiving, when we will show our gratitude to Mr. Lay, to our community, gratitude and love. That's what Thanksgiving is all about. November 20th at 5:30 p.m. California time, or November 21st at 8:30 a.m. Vietnam time. I hope you take note and join us. We look forward to seeing you there. And thank you again for joining us. We see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Vietnam time as usual, or 5:30 p.m. California time. Bye for now.